The biggest change in my life was when my husband left me and I was homeless. And I was living in the women's refugees, and then I got a little place, and then I found Ruby and I have a little flat in Kevin Street, and I love it.
The biggest change in my life was probably having a child, becoming a mother. I'm not too sure how well I dealt with the whole thing. It was a massive shock to the system, and it took probably the first year to get used to a whole new way of life, yeah.
Probably my dad had cancer a couple of times, back in 2001 and 2003. So he was quite ill for a while, and the therapy made him iller or sicker, so it was kind of hard to see him in such a shape like that, but luckily he pulled out of it, and I think we just kind of rallied around him and made sure he had everything he needs, and that was a difficult change, but luckily he got through it. So
I had to let go of an awful lot of my ideas about how my life should be, because it was no longer my life. It was kind of in the hands of someone else, the child. So I just had to let go of having control over so many things, and go with the flow a little bit more.
I was born in Francis Street in Dublin, which is the heart of the Liberties, where the people are renowned for their resilience. So whatever came along, I just dealt with it at the time. I've had tragedies in my life. You know, a younger brother who died when I was 15, he was 13. He died on Christmas Eve, and he was buried on Stephen's Day. Frightful. One of 11 at the time. I never forget the chaos and the dismay, the grief. But I remember my father and mother, who were both from Francis Street, embracing, you know, just in the middle of all that, and it gave me heart. So that's the way I take life now. I've never met a problem that got me down completely. I've lost night's sleep, and I've had my worries, still have, but I'm physically and mentally able to deal with them, so I just get on with it.
The loss of a person, and I'm not dealing with it very well, but I'm trying. So I guess the way I deal with it is I'm going to be brutally honest, and I internalize everything, and I'm very bad at communicating to other people about how I feel and everything, so I don't. Pushing people away, that kind of thing. Just generally leading an unhealthy coping lifestyle.
I suppose quitting smoking cannabis was a big change, yeah. Smoked a lot of weed for a good few years in my teenage years, and one day I just decided to quit, and I haven't smoked anything since. And that was a big change, because my whole life kind of revolved around all my friends as well. But I made a decision to just stop cold turkey, and probably one of the best decisions of my life, to be honest with you. How did I deal with it? It was hard for a while, but just willpower. When you decide you want to do something, when you decide you really want to do something, or really want to stop, then it becomes easier. You know, there was nothing in me that wanted to keep doing what I was doing anymore. So that's how I dealt with it. I just made a decision and followed through with it.
My mom passed away about a year ago, and she was my only family, so it was pretty hard. I dealt with it by, I don't know, kind of just I don't know. I moved here. I guess I took more chances afterwards, trying to kind of, because when something so huge changes, like I'd always been afraid of change, and suddenly like everything had changed, so it was kind of easier to change other things and take more risks. So I guess I took more risks.
You get on with it. Pull up your socks and get on with it. Life, you know, as I say, life is too short, love. You just get on with it. There's other people out there worse off than me. Wouldn't have a roof to go home to tonight, sleeping in corners. I have a roof over my head. I've done that for a long time. Took cookie I am. You wouldn't want to bring me home for Christmas anyway and put me in the oven.